everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's having a great week. As you can see in the background, lots of our snow has melted, and you saw at the beginning of the video that the stream is just raging and the pond has melted too. So it feels really good the last few days. I think on Monday we're supposed to get a little snow again, but hopefully it won't be that much and it won't last that long. So it's really nice to have some ground showing. And I'll show you the side view of the stream over here next to the house after we're done. But in today's video, I just really wanted, as you can see, you can probably tell, I wanted to talk about fire safety and how important it is. I don't think we talk about it enough in general, and having things like this is really part of being prepared, and people don't bring it up that much. So I thought it'd be a good day to talk about it, especially when you live off grid and fire services might not be available for you. But it's important no matter where you live and what kind of lifestyle you live. Because for me, for instance, for probably 2/3 of the year, the fire trucks can't get here. So if I had a fire, it would be devastating because I wouldn't be able to call 911 and have the fire company come, or fire department come. I could have maybe someone foot walk over the footbridge, but that wouldn't be a big truck with water to put my fire out. So I am very, very fire conscious and very careful. I make sure that my chimney is always clean. I make sure my ashes are always cleaned out of my wood stove. And I'm just very as diligent as I can be. And then I try to have as many things in place to help me in case a fire happens. So, oh, well, there's Tank talking to us. He had to say his 2 cents on fire. But, so yeah, I just want to kind of go over the few things that I have to use for fire safety. And if anyone has any great tips or items that they use that I may not have thought of or someone else might have thought of, let us know in the comments. It's always great to learn from each other and to come up with good ideas. So in my camper, obviously I have a small fire extinguisher, but this is more for at the house, and I also keep some of these things in outbuildings too, just in case. Sorry about that. I thought someone was actually out there, but it was a big chunk of ice on the edge of the stream fell, and it made a really loud noise, and it made Tank go a little crazy. But as I was saying, the first thing I'm going to show is I have 4 of these, and these are the fire blankets. They're 39 inches by 39 inches when they unfold. These ones happen to be from Prepared Hero. I actually got this set of 4 of them at Martin's, which is a discount store here in Maine. I got all 4 of them for like 30 bucks, so it was a really good deal. I will take this camping. I keep them in the house. It's great, like if you have a fire on the stove, you know, when you're cooking, or if you happen to be having a fire outside, like a little, you know, fire pit fire, and a little bit of it gets out of hand. Anything like that. You can also throw it on a person if they happen to be on fire, which hopefully never happens. But yeah, so this is a great simple tool. It's small. It doesn't take up much room, but it could really save someone or something that you want to save. The second thing I have here is just a small, it's called Easy Fire Spray. It's ideal for the home. It says it's good for grease fires. A lot of times people use this one in the kitchen, but you could really use it anywhere. It's for electric fire, grease fire, fabric or trash fire, and this is just a small one. You can get these at Walmart. They're not very expensive, so I usually keep a couple of these around just in case. Sorry, there goes Tank again. That's okay though. Might have to go look at what he's barking at. That silly Tank. I think that ice falling got him all worked up. And then the last thing that we have, you know, besides just regular being very careful, we have a couple. I think we actually have 3. I only brought 2 of them out here, but these are just fire extinguishers. This one is smaller. I keep this one in the same room as the wood stove is, and then we also have these. One of these big ones we keep out in the woodshed, and the other one we keep in the other room in the house. So the big thing with these though is you really need to watch this gauge and check it. I check them probably every couple months and just make sure that the little arrow is still in the green. If the arrow ever comes out of the green, you can take them out and be recharged. Well, at least this one I can, because this one's newer. This one's a little older, so I don't think they will recharge this one anymore. But it'll still work as long as it's in the green, which it is. And this one actually, where it's older, it's on the far side of the green, but it's still in the green. So this one will probably have to be replaced pretty soon. We'll keep watching it. So most important about this is just knowing how to use it. Make sure that you know that, you know, we already cut this part because we don't want that on, but you got to pull this pin and point and shoot. It's not hard, but if you're panicking, you might forget. So every once in a while, you should just think about it. What do I do? How to use this? I pull the pin, I point and shoot. So, but no. So that's really, I just wanted to talk about that and how important it is, especially when you can't have fire services available. We're just getting hopefully towards spring, so we still can't drive in here yet because it's going to be mud season. If you have ever lived anywhere where it snows, mud season is a mess. And so yeah, and also just as a little story is there was a person that lived on the land across from me, and he had a fire at his camp, and it was in October. So in October, the fire truck could make it in, but the problem was they had a hard time finding him. They couldn't find us out here because we're in the middle of nowhere. So what I ended up having to do was I walked out across the footbridge and met the fire truck out there, and then rode with the fire truck the 2.5 miles in to where, because his camp was not that far away from mine. So I think that really put it into reality. That was the first fall that I lived here. So I'd only lived here from July to October, and that fire happened. So it was really scary, and it really had me amp up some of the things I keep around, because his started at a stove and he didn't have anything to put it out with, and then it just escalated. So yeah, so I think that is all I was going to really talk about today. I'll show you the stream from the side here, but yeah, so please leave some comments on any tips or tricks or what you do to be safe against fire and what you do to be careful. And yeah, I think it's something we all should think about, and I think sometimes we forget about it because honestly, most people, knock on wood, if they're lucky, never have a fire, but it's always a possibility. So let's go take a look at that stream. All right, I'm gonna walk over here to the gate that goes down to the stream just so you can see what it looks like right now. It looks more like a river even though it's a stream. I'm not gonna walk all the way down there because it's really high, but that's what I can see from my yard. I mean, it's really beautiful. I'll be glad when it calms down a little bit, but yeah. So I hope everyone continues to have a wonderful week. Live every day to the fullest, respect nature, and I really appreciate you guys. Keep talking to me. I love this community. And keep doing all those kind things that you told me about in those other videos. And I'll go find Tank so you can say bye to everyone. So yeah, you can see Tank's out here under the bird feeders, and so much of our snow has melted. It's truly amazing. He has been loving it. He was laying out on the ground. Oh, that's his new toy he got. It was a tree with squirrels in it. What do you got, baby? Is that your toy? Where are the squirrels? Where are the squirrels? But yeah, so he still has one snowbank he can get on, which he loves. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you in the next video.